So this is the old hookup here. You remember this little unit here. And what I have here is I have our turntable set in place there. You'll notice that here's where Albert ripped the cartridge right off out of there. So that is no longer working really well. And we're going to turn this on. I have it set. Now notice if I turn to radio. Yep, there we go. So the radio works. We have the volume up fairly loud there. So now what we're going to do is we want to play a record. And here I've got Bo Diddley here. Right, that is hooked up to this unit, which is plugged into the wall and is also plugged in to the amplifier through this little hookup. These two jacks used to go to this thing, right? So now they're plugged in to be the phono. Get in here, you see also going to the phono unit is this little connector dealio that has 3 wires, yellow, red, and black. We're going to go ahead and play a tune. You notice you kind of hear a little bit of it, right, just from the physical vibrations off the needle, but nothing's coming out of the speakers. If I go over here to the turntable, let me come at it from the right side here, I'm going to turn the turntable here on. Now remember, this is not hooked into the amplifier except through those 3 power cables, the red, black, and yellow. So here we go, turn it on, start spinning up. Okay, there it is. Right, so record's playing. If I shut it off, okay, it kind of winds down. It takes a few minutes, but it totally cuts the sound out. If I want to hear the sound again, I've got to turn the record player back on. I also noticed that the light in here, when I turn the record player off, that light goes off. And when I turn the record player on, the light comes back on. Again, as soon as I shut it off, no more sound. So that's the issue. Okay, Steve, so now I have the turntable out of the unit. It has been taken out so that we can kind of look on the inside here. And you'll notice right here are the RCA jacks for if the output, right, which we're not using. We're using the output of the other turntable. I don't know if that's important. Then over here, this is this little connector, which I will try to get in focus. There we go. There's a little connector where these 3 wires go, but unfortunately they kind of go behind this plate, which I really can't get to the other side of. And then 2 of them come out here and appear to go to the motor, which is running the turntable. Also down here is a little mechanism. When you turn on the unit, right, it does that, right? So that's off, that's on. And this little, you notice here, what it's doing is it's pushing this whole lever up Right, there's the auto to kind of kick it into gear. Right. Off, on. And again, I just can't seem to get back in there to figure out where that yellow wire is going and what that yellow wire is for. Then I was trying to figure out if there's a way to get in there. I thought maybe this thing might come up and allow us to peek underneath, but it appears to really be kind of glued on there fairly tightly. And I don't know how else to get this piece off. I think if we could get this off, we could see what's going on behind there. But so that, in effect, is our dilemma, figuring out what the function of this yellow cable is.